And this is a minty sight. Both first gens hanging out. So the footage you guys are about to see is me installing the engine, like a little fast motion kind of deal. And this was my answer for the cross member from previous videos. I just welded some plates down in the floor and put those bolts down, welded those in as well, so, or at least tacked them in so they're like studs. Either way, you're gonna notice some boo-boo ass welds. You're gonna notice things that are imperfect. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm just a dude in his garage. Either way, yeah, don't mind these procrastination boxes just laying around along with the whole, this whole situation. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Stabbing the motor and transmission in before I did a little dry stab, make sure everything was good. So I shortened this guy. It's not pretty, but I had to take the bracket, chop it up in a bunch of different pieces. Actually I had to go back because I cut it too much, re-weld all that stuff. So I just lobbed off this bit right here and the actual linkage itself, welded that piece all back together. I mean, it looks like that because it's not fully seated. So whenever I screw in the shifter, it'll look good to go. Yeah, so trying to retain the angle, make sure everything is all good to go, and then lob it off here, bend it up ever so, and then, yeah, it was a mess, man. It was pretty much the hardest thing I've ever done. But got it all done. It's solid, not going anywhere. Shortened shifter bracket and linkage. Saved $300 there. And the bay is all painted. Fully welded this thing. I had to drop my front cross member. That wasn't too hard. I just loosened up the steering shaft there. Popped that off. Dropped that because I didn't lower it from the towers at all. I just left everything hooked up except for the 4 bolts on each side. These deals here. Just dropped those 4 bolts. Amazingly enough, those anodized bolts, these things here, then like the plates, they're perfect. I didn't have an issue, whatever, taking it down. Usually this would catch the brunt of like salt and water and everything, but thankfully it's a desert. Did that to weld up the bottom of the plate here. Yeah, running off of 110 sucked, but it's all welded in. Shit's solid. Obviously it's not pretty. I don't do this shit for a living. I don't know what I expect. Either way, so this is all ready to go here. I threw my rear suspension and everything back up because the fuel lines are all good to go. So that was really finicky because I dropped everything as one assembly, and obviously the differential isn't supported by the aft area here in your control arms. Its own little mustache bar, polyurethane, everything. I did that a couple of years ago. And there's my fuel lines there, chilling, ready to go. Differential mount. It was wallered out. So I got a nice little anodized plate there. So that's not going to move whatsoever. I know Datsun, they try to remedy the amount of torque twists and everything in the differentials by installing that leather strap. But dude, a leather strap, whatever. The 70s was a weird time in engineering and everything. Everyone was on drugs. Let me show you my old mount. Just junk. She's wallered out, man. Yeah, hey, good work. This is an early year, more specific, January 1974 260Z. This cross member I got from Mike321Go on Instagram. Mike, he took over for Jeff whenever Jeff passed away, making this, I mean, really, it's called the Beta Motorsport cross member here for 1J, 2J. So Mike, per his instructions, says to lob off this front area of the torsion link, whatever that is. But the 260Z, it was actually short enough where I didn't have to do that. So I went back. After I lobbed it off, I'm like, well, am I going to do this shit? So I just put it back on and welded it all back together. If you have an earlier 260Z, just check your mount. If it looks like that, then you shouldn't have to lob off the front area here. But if you have a 240Z, I believe this thing is way longer. That's why he recommended to lob that off. Yeah, all ready to go. I'm gonna post the camera up in the corner so you guys can watch me fiddle fuck this thing back in there. Well, it's in. I had to shave down some of the metal in that mount. So I want to interfere with my steering. While she's in, I had to, because I didn't put those mounts, I left them off just so I can have everything lined up. And then, but this bolt right here, you have to mess around with that a little bit because you got the oil filter assembly right there. But it's in. Very cool. I'd say it's a time to celebrate, but obviously it's a bare engine right now. Do a lot of wiring. Not to mention the new crossmember I have to weld up. That bracket, because really, it would have been insanely far back. It would have been in a little storage area, if not. There we go. But yeah, it's not really rubbing too bad. These are all just markings from whenever I was getting installed. But I had to shorten the drive shaft, all that stuff too, so it's in. Took off the little cardboard that I had. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Took off the cardboard that I had protecting those valve covers. Yes, there's a lot of holes, relax. So those are speed holes. But I'll need to just take a punch. Bash this bitch in just a little bit, just so I can get some clearance on my valve cover. Yeah, thanks for watching. There's going to be more to come. So if you like that install, I know I did. Yeah, it's just strange because, I mean, yeah, it's in there. It's a good feeling, but it's just a lot more work. Guess I'll feel better whenever she's running.